See you. All right.
Join us over here.
Sure. Take a picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold them up high.
Hello, everybody. We just wanted to welcome Mr. Lhota here to Flushing, our great heartland of Queens. And we're especially proud to have him here today because he is so far the only major candidate who has come here to Flushing to show his support of our community. And what that basically shows is that he is absolutely going to be a New Yorker, a mayor for all New Yorkers. Welcome.
Thank you. This is not the first time I've been, it's not the first time I've been to Flushing. I've been here many, many times. It's a vibrant community, it's a wonderfully expanding community, and I'm looking forward to working with everybody in the community to make it a much better community. We have traffic problems here in Flushing. We need to deal with that. We need to deal with making sure our libraries stay open here, which is very, very important for not only the children, but the seniors as well. And one of the things I want to do is to continue to expand the job base here in New York City, and specifically in Queens, so that we can actually get jobs to those who are unemployed, and especially those who are underemployed. So I want to thank everybody, and thank you for all being here. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for your support.
Let me ask you a few questions. First of all,
I really don't want to address the question the way you asked it. Bill needs to address this issue himself. What he said yesterday is he obviously didn't recollect it as let's see if he recollects it now. Let's see if it jogs his memory. I mean, look, whether he says he is or not, it is important. His actions, his policies, reflect the philosophy that he described back when he was at NYU being a Democrat. All voters should be troubled by anyone who says that they want to, espouse a doctrine that is not prepared to deal with the issues of social injustice, and not prepared to deal with issues of creating jobs. The only way I know of dealing with income inequality, the only way mankind knows of dealing with income inequality, is expanding the economy and creating jobs. Everything else that's been discussed in this campaign by Bill is on the periphery. We really need to focus on what we're going to do to make New York continue to be a great place to live, work, and raise our families.
how do you feel about this policy being reported out what is called communities for change?
Look, Bill's been tied to Acorn and its current situation, current need, for quite a long time. It's consistent with his past of social activism.
And so, how should voters react?
Well, over time this will be developed. Bill's going to have to explain his points of view. I will explain my points of view. They'll see a divergent picture of what we will do and our vision for the city of New York. This is radically different than mine.
What does it mean to voters? What does it mean to voters to have somebody who says that they are concerned about being community activists and not, taking concern about businesses, capitalism, things like that? What would it mean to say?
A lot of questions on there. Thanks. Look, what it really means and what it really shows is that what I've said right from the beginning, I'm the only candidate that's prepared on day one. I've helped run the city of New York in my past. I know the budget inside and out. What's really important to understand here is Bill's theories of how things should work are just that, theories. And the reality is his vision for New York, which is not fully developed, really talks about the fact that last week he said he wanted the mayor of New York to be a community organizer. Mayors of New York are not community organizers. Mayors of New York have to run the city of New York, have to make sure that people are properly employed, properly paid, and fairly treated. Look, being a community organizer does the opposite. Sorry, I need a glass of water. In any event, look, I actually think Bill has a lot of explaining to do. His positions on social activism are not ones that will be helpful for the city of New York to continue. I question anybody here to find me a government that has espoused Marxism and communism, the way his support of the Sandinistas, what it's done to any economy other than to bring it down. No matter where you go in the world, no matter what continent you go to, anybody who espouses these theories ends up in failure.
Joe, he also said yesterday that he suggested that there were inaccuracies in the Times piece, but he said he's not going to go through and dispute them one by one. He's not going to say what's accurate or inaccurate. I mean,
one thing the mayor has to do is stand up in front of the press corps and answer their questions. Yes, one by one. He's making a huge mistake if he doesn't talk to the press, in turn talk to the people of the city of New York. This is how you communicate with the people. There's a reason why there's a blue room. There's a reason why mayors have press conferences with great frequency, so that you can talk to the people of New York. When a reporter asks you a question, you have to answer the question.
That's right. What about his decision to go to Cuba on his honeymoon, which he had to do illegally to Canada?
Yeah, I read that too. I don't know the facts other than the fact that when he was married, it was illegal for any American citizen to go to Canada. It's no longer illegal, go to Cuba. It was, start again. When he was married, it was illegal for any American to go to Cuba. It's no longer illegal for an American to go to Cuba, but it's illegal for an American to go and spend money. That's why there are various different faith-based organizations that go and they coordinate all the spending. I don't know enough information about the fact. I don't know exactly how he got to Cuba, why he went to Cuba, and what laws did he violate.
Are you troubled by it?
I'm more troubled by the fact that his daughter said it was the most important thing she's learned in this campaign. I mean, one of the things I've always do is tell my family the truth.
You know, the thing is, I get the sense from talking to you that there are things about his past that trouble you in terms of his ability to run the city. I wonder, like in your heart of hearts, how you really feel about somebody who has those philosophies, trying to help New York at a time of recession, at a time when things are difficult.
It does concern me because I don't believe that his theories are fully filled out. It does concern me for the future of the city of New York. I have. I only know of one that they've answered. I know I'll be there in the conference call in a second.
But does that help a little bit?
No, we need to, the votes in Staten Island, the ABC League of Women Voters debate on October 15th at 7 p.m.
So what does that mean to you? What do you think of it?
Who's here from ABC? That was just a commercial. Sorry.
It's a little self-serving, but I've got to ask, sir.
I'm sorry? There have been a request for a debate in Staten Island. I've agreed to. I don't believe he has said one way or the other yet.
But in order for you to get your message out, though, this is important.
Debates are very, very important. That's going to show the contrast between the two of them. They're very, very important.
question on
And also walking through communities like this will be important if I can get
your preparedness for when it comes to fighting terrorism, should you be mayor. How can you distinguish your experience with de Blasio's? And have you met yet with Ray Kelly?
We've talked, we'll meet. I used to get briefed all the time when I was MPA, almost every other day, and especially when we had incidents, terrorist-related incidents or threats. Because the subway system, as we all know, is a target all around the world, all subway systems are. regarding, I've been involved. Look, the most important thing that you can do in the event of an emergency is to make sure that you've had practice and you've had drills and necessary. The last thing in the world you ever want to have when you have a terrorist event or any type of event is your staff standing around saying, oh, what do we do now? That's the last thing we need to do. The reason why the MTA was fully prepared to deal with Hurricane Sandy is because we had practice events all the way through, not just the management, also including labor. And it was very, very important that you get everyone involved so that they know what to do in the event of an emergency. Practicing drills is very, very important. I've done it before. I did it for Y2K. I did it for various different events, including plane crashes here in New York, and of course, being able to get the city of New York back up on its feet, the government of the city of New York back up on its feet immediately after 9/11. The story about that is not about necessarily cleanup. The story about 9/11 and the government back up and running. We had to make sure garbage was picked up the next day. We had to make sure that all of the functions of the city of New York worked. 70% of our computers were downtown where there was no power. So I have to leave now. I have a conference call to be on. My aide here. I'm then going to walk around the streets and we can chat a little bit then. Okay. Thank you.
So 那Lhota他等一下，他马上就会回来，他要先打一个电话。So he's gonna come back in a second. He's just making a phone call.
据说他想说是这个警察的这个拦检政策是不对的，他把警察局长给换了。这个警察局长是纽约市有史以来算是最好的警察局长之一，不能算是最好，起码是前一二名。就他是说，为了这个他要拦检，他要把人家给换了。其实他们经常给人家就怎么讲 half truth， 比如说这个拦检，他是说是被拦检的大部分是西语裔跟黑人，但是他从来不讲说。犯罪的人大部分是西语裔跟黑人，而且被害人大部分是西语裔跟黑人。但如果你把这几个都摆在一起的话，你会觉得他的拦检本身并没有问题，但他只提出说明一个数据，就误导了很多人。对不起。Howard, I call you back.
那对于这个公益维护人呢，现在施可敬也在参选，你觉得他的希望大吗？
是这样。这个公益维护人的这个问题，我现在倒不是特别想回答，因为我现在其实想要回答的是主机长。
主机长。
对，因为同样的，我们现在就是说，这个目前竞选主机长的这个就是说民主党的候选人，他的经验也是就是说是怎么讲 ，professional politician。那我们现在这共和党的一个候选人，他事实上是一个从黑人的家庭。很贫穷的家庭，然后慢慢的成长，然后他成为了就是说这个华尔街的 banker。事实上，真的是一个真正的就是从苦里面爬出来，然后能够有一番成就的人。我觉得共和党支持这样的人是对的。那我很多时候我是觉得就是这样，很多的媒体经常的一个讲法就是说，民主党支持穷人。但是事实上，民主党不一定支持穷人，他只是拿穷人做个幌子摆在前面。因为大家都同情弱者，他们说他们支持弱者，就像支持小猫。但是问题是，猫的权利为什么比人的权利高呢？那我觉得就是大家一定要从这个实事求是的角度来看。就像他当时那个在说那个Lhota在做那 MTA 的那个开始的 的那个 chairman 的时候，他下令那个公车跟地铁停掉，没有人说可以停掉，就他是下令停掉。就然后把那些那个公车跟地铁都放到高的地方去，所以那个森迪台风来的时候就没有淹到，所以很快就能够恢复正常。如果是照大家讲说啊，我们这个在这种节骨眼上，大家一样或是让它抛了，就都开到隧道里面，那一淹的话，大家就没有交通。
I know, but I need you to say.
Oh, you want to go first?
I don't have it in front of me.
I can give it to you to read.
No, that's.
But I mean, basically, can I just ask you the question? Your campaign statement says that what he's doing is class warfare is directly out of the Marxist playbook. Could you comment on that?
No, it speaks for itself. It's absolutely true. I mean, when I was at Georgetown, I studied government and political science and a lot of things that Georgetown is very expert on. This is a classic textbook approach about class warfare, and there's no doubt that Bill's belief in the Sandinistas is a proof of that. Why you would honeymoon in Cuba is proof of that. He has a fascination with the socialist Marxist world, and we need to make sure that all New Yorkers are aware of that and what direction we will be going in.
Are the policies that he's proposing in his campaign? Are the policies that he's proposing in
Last question.
Are the policies that Bill de Blasio is proposing born out of Marxism?
You know what? We can go through them one by one. Let's make that part of the debate. I'm not prepared at this point in time. I really promised the business leaders that I would go talk to them, and I really need to do that. Then I got to go make a speech at noon. I don't know how I'm going to get back to midnight. But I think we will go through them line by line. But I think the whole discussion about income inequality concerns me. I believe we have income inequality in New York. There's no doubt about it. But I've yet to hear Bill de Blasio give one way to deal with income inequality. What we need to do is to expand jobs. And when he's given the first opportunity to talk about expanding jobs, Fresh Direct, he said, I won't do it. Essentially, he sent all those jobs to New Jersey. You do not deal with income inequality by exporting jobs to another state. Thanks.
Thank you.